Burn Chungsi's American written by. Ah, the one we see on the screen. Like a professor. Teacher Bo. He is the first of the United States. One finger's authority on personal growth. He is also a speaker, consultant, and training guru. Not only that, he has also written more than 40 books. In fact, he himself is a very interesting person. Time management. True stories of great achievements. He wasn't a good student, actually. Then he came out to work early. Where is he going? Go to the cargo ship. 8 years. Visited more than 80 countries on 5 continents. It's all manual labor. In the process, he discovered that you can't do this manual work at an older age. He wants to start studying sales. The sales didn't do well at first. What do you do? Like good performance. Successful people learn. Since then, he began to wonder how to replicate those successful methods. And in the process, he discovered that successful people actually share some common characteristics. One of the most important points is time management. Okay then. And that's what we see. He not only consulting for many Fortune 500 companies. He has hundreds of thousands of students every year. Received his training, and then he wrote books. He also studies German, French, Spanish. Look at Americans. Haha. So this person. Ordinary people like us. Why did he achieve so much? Through this book today, he's going to give us some really profound inspiration. Let's see. Isn't the description of this book a bit strange? Eat the frog. I don't know. Have you had breakfast yet? Why in the morning? Are you going to eat the frog? What exactly are frogs referring to here? In fact, this is a he. What they say. This statement says that you are at the beginning of the day. Go to the one that is most important to you. But it is also very difficult. But if you go and do it, it may have a positive impact on your future. Positive influence. Go get it done. Go find the one that looks ugly. You don't want to eat. The frog that sat down. Then the rest of the day. You seem to be in a garden. It's as easy as a walk. If you develop yourself in this way, such a habit, to distinguish what is in your life, the most important thing, but it also makes you, for various reasons, I haven't dared to set out yet, but something very important to you. From there, start with the ugly-looking frog. When we eat a frog like this, we have developed such a. If you have the habit of eating frogs at the beginning of every day, we will benefit for life. And when you do, you will find our bodies produce a substance. It's called endorphins. It's not dopamine. You'll hear about dopamine in other places today. So this fly peptide-like substance, the kind of experience that brings us, the kind you did, the joy and satisfaction that it brings us, will inspire us to continue to persevere. Let's manage our time differently. Become a habit. That's the moral of eating the frog. We all want to be like our writers. Not only choo-choo manzy, they can also act immediately. Criminal decisiveness. Focus on leading the way. Someone who completes all tasks quickly and successfully. Do you doubt it? In fact, we can all do it. You can do it. That's in this book. Bowen Tracy. He gave us a trick. Gives us 21 rules. What about myself? Through this book, understanding of these 21 laws, I've divided it into 3 sections. When we apply these 21 laws, integrate into our daily lives, during the process of time management, you will find we develop productive habits. We will go to achieve the happiness and success we desire. I've broken it down into 3 sections. The 21 laws, way of thinking, behavior, and way of doing things. In fact, before doing what? The first is what we think. When we want to say, people who have achieved great things, a person with a happy life. Looking back on the way he came, he had no regrets. They must not be ordinary people. Yes. Are they ordinary people? But they're just like us. They are not ordinary from the beginning. Change their New Year's system. What does he believe? How did he start thinking? So let's take a look today. Our way of thinking. In this book, what aspects does he describe? You might see it when I classified it. Way of thinking. There will be a number on the back. Then among his 21 laws, if you look at it accordingly, like this place, the first one I want to emphasize. We choose. Be your own attitude. This is in his 14th law. So I'll start with this one. We are all seeking 3 freedoms. Time freedom. Financial freedom. Freedom of mind. Maybe we haven't achieved financial freedom yet. We didn't do it either. Discretionary time. The complete freedom of time. But there is one thing. We can actually do it from the beginning. That is the freedom of the mind. How do we see ourselves? One particular point that this book highlights to us. That is, time belongs to each of us. That life is our own. How do you choose? Allocate your time. Realize your dreams. All about yourself. As this quote. A quote from Viktor Frankl says, he said that the ultimate freedom of mankind is in any existing environment. Choose to be yourself. You can choose to be yourself. We can't choose what kind of things will happen to us. But what we can choose is how we treat. The way you look at things. Same. We all have 24 hours. So first, when our minds are free. In fact, we choose. We are always optimistic about the future. And hope. We have a optimist trait. So let's look at the optimist. No matter how much time we have wasted in the past, how many regrets do we have left? But if there's an optimist profile in there. And you can see that they have these 4 dimensions. Just like the sunflower in the picture. Sunny flowers bloom. He always sees that no matter what happens, look on the bright side. He learns from setbacks and hardships. Learning lessons. When encountering problems, He's not blaming, not complaining. He is there to solve. Find a way to solve the problem. The most important thing is he always looks forward. Keep thinking. To talk about what he wants to achieve. He is people who are willing to inspire and discover their dreams. And this dream will make him go with optimism. Facing any environment. And that's a very important change. That's the first thing, okay? What about the second point? Very, very important. Appears in his fourth law. Just consider. Effect when considering the effect. How can we, with a long-term perspective? The future begins with loyalty. To decide how we allocate our time in the present moment. How do we make short-term decisions right now, but considering the long-term effect? What about this result? We wouldn't say wow. Deadline. Tomorrow, I have to start handing over something. What to accomplish? Maybe hurry up before going to bed today. Then if we can take into account. If you think about it in terms of a long-term perspective, we won't put deadlines as an excuse. So we train ourselves. Train yourself mentally. If I go to an event, my commute time is 1 hour. Then I'll reserve it for him. 20% more? 10 more minutes. Maybe I will take the initiative to beat I'm not going to be the one who's late. So a lot of the time, in fact, when everything confronts us, how to consider our decision. It may have long-term effects. Then we will go. When it comes to doing things for yourself, to do those things that can. Work that produces positive results. Work related to your greatest goal. We can't do everything, but we use this kind of thinking. When doing things, we will definitely emphasize the effect. We think about efficiency. Therefore, it is the way of thinking of the concept of time. Okay, number 3. Are you all familiar with the 8020 rule? Or as we often say, the principle of factor sparsity. What about the relationship between 80 and 20? This law was written in 1895. There was an economist in Italy named Pareto. He first discovered, and he found something very interesting, the 20% minority. He holds wealth and its social impact. The force is far more than that multiples with their 80% majority. In fact, this is happening in a lot of places, like a lot of our performance. In fact, it is brought by the 20% of high-quality customers. Therefore, when we apply such laws, when deciding what we do and what we don't do, be sure to pick that up. Watermelon. Don't pick up sesame seeds and throw watermelon. Do the important things first. Resist the temptation to do small things. All right. In fact, the training of the way of thinking is for us to keep asking ourselves, how do we become that high-performing person? How can I maximize productivity? There are 3 questions we will often ask. The job that brings me the highest value. What's that? Second, which thing will happen when I do it well? Extraordinary impact. Now at this moment, what is the most valuable thing for me? In other words, I'm going to find the biggest frog. So this way of thinking, we really understand the principle of factor sparsity. Okay, let's see again. 4th way of thinking. What is a leader? Why do some people? We would say he was born with leadership qualities. What kind of people are leaders? Leaders are authors. Self-demand. The minority. the minority, 2%. Such people have a characteristic. He will put pressure on himself. Just like in our picture, outside forces break the eggs. You can only be an egg, but when this power comes out of it, he can hatch chicks. So if you have one for yourself, self-set stress goals. Such a person, he tends to push his deadlines forward. In this case, he will try to complete the task ahead of schedule, and that leads to greater personal productivity. So he'll feel better about himself because of his endorphins, stimulating his brain, satisfy him. Pride, achievement. Well, in this case, he will realize a very important fact. This fact, do you want to? Every day, we were able to save 2 hours. Others have 24 hours. We can be a 26-hour workload. How? That is 2 device plans. You need 10 minutes. Think, do, make your plan. Then on this day, you will find something surprising. 10 times our 10 minutes. You will have more than 100 minutes of extra time. And this is a very important way of thinking. We demand of ourselves, able to complete tasks better in advance. Define our plan. Okay. The 5th way of thinking. Some friends may think that, not my habit, I love it, or I'm good at it. Do several things at the same time. Well, in fact, there may be a small number of teachers. You can start with several things simultaneously, but the author tells us, lots of facts discovered, if you really want to increase your productivity. You do it alone. It's a job. Keep yourself highly focused. And this high level of concentration is the key to high performance. When this comes, if you have that urge, your phone is prompting you. Even the phone rang. Then this time, if you finish your introverted work. How to focus on your business. So he also proposed this place. Ways to double productivity. The scheduled plan just now. That'll last us 2 hours. Every day that. Ways to double productivity. What's it like? In devising plans, you follow your plan first. Put that frog. After the most important task is completed, you go do something else. If during this process you focus on an hour and a half, to do that might be important. But it's also when it's relatively difficult. He won't be disturbed when he's done. You go to rest. Then do it again. Another hour and a half. When you complete both tasks, 3 hours of work is over. Reward yourself. Reward yourself for what? See what you want to see. Mobile phone information. External contact. At that time, what is he producing? Easy pleasure. And that happy substance is called dopamine. This dopamine is a reward. He's hitting our brains. Okay. Way of thinking is very important. What is time management? One last thing. Maintain a sense of urgency. Highly effective people are actually easy to identify. He has a very important characteristic. They're all line dynamics. Take action now, because they know a trait. It's when you never move. To overcome that immobile inertia, when entering the dynamic, you need to expend a lot of energy. But the follow-up, you've got to maintain that walking and running momentum. He'll use a lot less energy. So, when he saw what he had learned, one of the most important aspects of an efficient person is to maintain a sense of urgency. Act now. What's the result? The faster you move, more energy. The more work gets done, the higher the efficiency. More experience, more knowledge. As a result, the stronger the energy, the more outstanding it is. So how do you think about it? To get your heart flowing, more to experience that kind of energy. Dynamic state. Come into our work. This is the first thing we're going to do. Solve our thinking. Ways to understand his laws. Well, the second part, we'll do our best. What do I think when we're done? I also realize the importance of planning. I also know that I can adjust. I was also able to increase my productivity. Let's see how we can do that. Specific actions. Let's look at the first one. Clear goals. And what is the goal? Write it down. The goal is not to talk, is to write it down. But it's like the dream version that some people say. We write it down. There are 7 steps. It can help us set goals. This is very important. It is also the first day of our Chinese New Year. A new year has begun. When we finish this class, we will recommend it to everyone. Take some time to write down your goals. So how does this step work? Figure out what you want. The goal you want, whether it's yours, working life, interpersonal. What is your goal? Think about the second point and write it down. And to set a deadline for completing the goal. Let's see you achieve this goal again. All you need matters. Make this list. According to our checklist, step 5, to sort you out step by step. Go down the distribution action plan. 6th, act immediately according to this plan. Review every day. Every day, move towards the goals you have set for yourself. Go and push it in to solve some of the problems. So, when we come to the specific operational level, come and eat that frog. What do? Let's write down what we want to achieve this year. 10 goals. Be careful when writing. We use the first person me. The second point is to use the present progressive form. What do you mean? It's as if you've got that result. You are using a positive tone. It's like saying my goal for this year. I am the general of 1,000 people. Not that I fight. I strive for it. But the goal is already there. I have got that goal. It's like that gift is en route. But he has already sent it. The recipient is you. You are already there. In the process of waiting for that gift. He is a sure thing to happen. So write down the top 10 goals. Second point. Among these 10 goals, find the frog. Go find that one for you. Most important, once he's done, perhaps to the greatest extent, it will have a positive impact on you. You set this goal. Find it out. So this kind of work, no one can replace us. So how important is our spiritual freedom? Although we are not yet fully free in time and financial freedom, then when you find that target, what to do? Did you see it on another piece of paper? It's all written down. But then, put this very important, the most important of the 10 goals. Write down his final deadline for fulfillment. Plan and then distribute the course of action. Go see it every day. How much progress have you made towards this goal? Keep doing it. We will find that he will change our lives. So this is the first course of action. Clear goals. Write down your top 10 goals for this year. Secondly, in terms of behavior. Because just now when we were thinking, we've seen it. People need height. Focusing on getting something done if you want to increase our productivity. So we're going. Create a whole block of time. Don't let our time be fragmented. So we are now. Well, there are so many sources of information. Reading like we are now. There are very few opportunities to share the little video. The general synopsis of the movie, the book is also good. It seems that those of us who have been there know that. Fragmented pieces of time. He really treats us. Can get the effective time. It will have an impact. What we need to do is create blocks of time. And there's a very important tool in this. It's us, Bami. The teachers of Yunduan International University are running all too familiar with it. It's called a time scale. Did you do it? Time scale. Because when your time scale comes out, in fact, you have already given your time. Either keep up with the learning of the system, or is it to accompany your partner? Or it is part of your family life. You're in this. You don't have a little time. You might have one. For example, let's do an ABC negotiation list. You may bleed for an hour. Or do a 5-leaf boot. Then these are in the time scale. You might visit your parents 1 hour and 2 hours on weekends. So these will be in your time scale, guaranteed by creating whole blocks of time. Then when you come out of this time scale, you can even see your every day, every hour. You may not even be able to carve every minute. You will finish work related to your goals. Then we have a special one. What is the gift of time? It's just that you see how many people are painting it now during the Spring Festival. All kinds of transportation. Of course, there are some transportation options. For example, you may only be when able you are to sitting in a car, or when you are driving. There are some transportation options that you can also write about. So during this journey and transit, in fact, we can handle some things undisturbed, especially when these means of transportation are suitable for us. So in this case, eliminate interference. Turn off the phone. Let that piece of time. Give yourself and others on your scale. Okay, how could we eat a frog like that? Is learning to create, to save chunks of time. Spend every minute, all graduated, to complete your most important task. Concentrate. Now we come to behavior. Very important. We need to keep practicing. It's called ABCDE. This ABCDE is. The core is to let us set it up effectively. Order of priority. It's very simple, but very effective. We just said the goal we want to write down. In fact, in addition to our 1-year plan, we need to write it down. Our January, our week. What is very, very important? Our daily plan. What should I do the next day? Is this thing to be written down? Write it down. When you write it down, it's not finished. You're going to start sorting. Use ABCDE to sort him. What type of task is Class A? You are important. What you have to do. You finished it. He might have an obvious truth effect. Then if you don't do it, he may bring a lot large negative effects. For example, are you going to visit an important customer? You have to prepare. What kind of report should be submitted? Wait, so good. You might say more than one thing is important to me. That's fine. It doesn't matter. The same in sentence. Your important things, except for we can sort A1, A2. Then A1 must be our biggest frog. What about Class B? Is what you should do. However, if you don't do it, in fact, the consequences are not so serious. Like returning some phone calls. We chat. Do you want to check your email? But there is one thing. Just because he should do it. But it doesn't have to be done. The consequences are not serious, so we must pay attention to what? Priority is given to completing our class of work before our class of work is completed. That block of time is definitely not to open category B. So it's like saying, when there are many frogs in a pond, when you want us to eat, we will never eat tadpoles. All right. What kind of things is C? It's just that everyone is happy. But if you really don't do it, and there's not a lot of people that are particularly upset. What? Colleagues and friends ask you out to eat. Haha, then I also had this situation yesterday. Are we because of the Chinese old New Year is about to go to dinner? Yesterday must have been our Thanksgiving dinner in Vancouver. There is no way. I didn't go the day before yesterday either. Why? Because I'm going to share it with you online today. Then, for me, is this about eating? The reunion of fellow villagers becomes a category C thing. I have a little regret. But you won't say it? What's the big impact? Okay, what's category 1? Status is something that can be delegated to others. When you put this kind of thing. For example, we have some. Parents and friends pick up and drop off children. Can we carpool with other people? I'm in charge of picking up. You are responsible for sending it. With other parents and friends? Can we authorize it? And what to do with the time spent doing Class D? Do a class a task? Certainly. That's something you don't do at all. He's just out of habit, haha. Let's evaluate now. In fact, there is no value in just because of habit. So will everyone find out? Our A, B, C, D, E. Does it make us feel like we said? Those 4 places are the same. What can you entrust? What can you delete? What can be delayed? And then what? Take your time to do what you have to do. To you? In the long run, it is particularly useful for your goal development. So this is a habit we need to form. Is to use our willpower. Concentrate on doing a class. And it's the one in category A. Task ordered in 1. When the habit is completed, you will be pleasantly surprised the amount of work we can do. In fact, it will exceed the total amount of work done by 2 or 3 people. Number 4. I don't know now. What state are you in? Come and listen to our book club. Then we also have a lot of teachers. In our system, morning class is usually at 7 o'clock. It's still 8 o'clock late today. A lot of teachers would say, oh yeah, it's like lying in bed and listening to morning class. Why? That's instructive. Ways of thinking no chance to write down. I heard it and forgot it. But if I do it, how? Make a gesture to yourself. I would be completely different. Everyone's feeling is right. Because when we're going to start doing things, it's important to be well prepared. If you want your job, even if you take this time, come out to listen to the class. Do you want him to be efficient? So since when? What kind of state does it start? Give yourself a place to start working now. Like a nice, clean office environment, huh? The information is ready at hand. We should have paper and pens. Make the state first. Mu Sheng once said a word. He said, no matter how hard you think it is, get your posture right first. Rise to the challenge. Everything can be solved. Athletes. Athletes who want to shoot also say the same thing. No matter what ball you hit. You play soccer, hockey, he said, don't shoot. You have 100% no chance of scoring. So let's get started. Even if it's a bad start. But you are in the process. You can expect the process to be good. The result is more beautiful. So it's going in the right direction. We'll start by tidying up your office environment. Then other materials should be prepared, already at your fingertips. Improve your work efficiency. Okay, now we come to a very important law. It's called the Law of Three, obeying the Law of Three. What are these three laws? We just mentioned the 28 principle. Now, these three laws are similar to his. Thought. What do you mean? That is, we probably do it every day. We can do many things. But if you can calm down and focus on your work, no matter what kind of work administrative, sales, still in hours, in the business of loving health, you think about it. What do you think of our company? For our organization? For yourself? What are the three most valuable core tasks? Yeah, can we come down for everyone? To your family. To your friend. Don't we get together during the spring festival? When this class is over, we can come down and do an interactive game. I won't leave time for you to do it today. It's actually easier. What is it? Half a minute. Take out the paper and pen. Just think about it. Well, let me see. Whether it's my job or not, my life is fine. My relationships are most important. What are the three most valuable components? And it's funny, We're almost. It's also 28, There are 8 layers of people answering this question. Their answers were almost surprisingly consistent. They will think, in his midst, career matters. It is important for him to be financially independent. Whether it is family relationships, colleague relationships, cooperative relationship, will make him happy. Of course, there is another very important one. Personal health is important, so no matter what you are facing. When you work, you have a way. You think about it. You are the most important. The 3 tasks that bring you the most value. What is the core task? When we are working, the quality of our time, it will be higher. In that case, we will give more time. Under the condition of guaranteed effect to our families. That's why I talk about work. The quality of your time is crucial. That's actually in the relationship with the family. Length matters. How much time is it? What if we? So it's not easy to go back home? Maybe he ate a meal like a dragonfly. There we go. Then such company. Neither to our parents or for our children, for our spouses. Then how can such time be given away? So we want to understand. So how do we make such a eat? What about frog training? Keep asking yourself the same question. If I could only complete 1 task per day, can only do 1. So, which one of the tasks is relevant to my work? Is the greatest contributor? You ask again. Think about you. If I could only do it today, I can only do 1 task related to my work. So, which task? The greatest contribution to my work. Okay, write it down. And? Continue with the question. Same question. I have found the first one. It's a mission that's important to me. Keep asking. If you can only choose 1 task to do today, Which task do I choose? The greatest contribution to my work. And we keep asking ourselves these questions. So, your first 3 core tasks, as you can see, he will come out. In fact, the same is true in life. Of course, life is more about processing. Relationships are the same at work, but goals in life, we will ask in the same way. Then set goals for yourself. Come up with a plan. If we find the 3 most important ones, if we go all out to make it happen, we really will find out in a few months. What we have achieved will be amazing. A lot of times we don't actually think about it first. Didn't hold on. So this place, he reminds us. It is very important to obey the 3 laws. Okay, let's see again. In our work. In fact, there is a very important that we must understand. What kind of work are we in now? In the post. No matter what kind of work you do, it's kind of like we're in a formation of your love. You're just an AC who just came in. Still CC or what? Different characters in different formations. So, your responsibilities for one of your own roles. Is it very clear? Because of this responsibility, you have to be very clear about what it is called areas. Key result area. So KRA, this is your key result area. Is your own area of responsibility. No one can replace you. But he is very important. When you achieve organizational goals, in the process of achieving satisfactory results, is very important. Isn't it a bit like what we're talking about? How can you be yourself? 15% the system will help us do that 85%. Then this 15%, you may be at different stages. When positioning differently, he is different. Then go get it. Figure it out. Write it down to figure out these color areas. He needs us. Work ability. We can rate it out of 10. Then look at yourself. In these key result areas, we're in different fields. Our score. Is it closer to 1 or closer to 10? That is to say, what are the strengths? What are the weaknesses? You will find. Weaknesses cause delays. So why is it that sometimes, when you have a link, there is a skill he is relatively weak when he will affect you as a whole. Result presentation. So this time, we need to ask ourselves if we have any skills. If I'm mastering it and doing it to the extreme, he can give me this stage. Bring about the most positive impact on your career. So, is it very important to practice grinding? You want to become your key result area. Very talented people. You can practice. Then you can do the most important thing. So, how would we eat such a frog? Just figuring out my role at the moment. Key result areas in our work. Required responsibilities. Write it down. Will you find that we often go from target, start with a dream. We are all writing plans. Now we have to write it down. Identify your strengths and weaknesses in every aspect. Then go and find one, a particularly important skill. Highlight your own strengths in this skill. And then, discovering your work can be particularly helpful. It requires a very important movement. What's that? Because you're just doing that part of yourself. Then this part needs to be in a group. He is able to present the best result value. So take this list of yours. Go to your leader. Go listen. Find your colleague. If it is in a relationship in life, go find your family. Let them tell you. Let your child tell you. Let your spouse tell you. Even let our parents tell us they. What do you want us to do? So what are they seeing? Let's play a role. Be a daughter. Be a wife. What we need to do as mothers. What are the key outcome areas? Which ones are doing really well? What needs to be improved? Take this habit. You may not have changed much in other parts, but you put this crucial part. When the points are changed, yours, the result will be different. So this is called the key. That same is similar to the hard in this phase. When he was in your card processes, you will find that some are some limiting factors. And that's what we call a bottleneck. The bottleneck. Then this bottleneck will allow you to find. You are realizing part of the time, When you get your key results, he will have restrictions. But it was really interesting. 28 will also appear in this place. The author also said that when you appear to yourself, you encounter a bottleneck. When restricted, 80% of it is ourselves. It's all about us. For example, are you both products? So is there a competitor factor? Yes, but our own products, our sales model, our sales team, etc. What kind of situation is it? The focus is still on yourself. Then this situation, when we start working every day, will he appear? The ABCDE method we just talked about. He will let us find the most important one. Start the finished work. We also need to solve our bottlenecks. The problem of particularly large bottlenecks. You will find you spend the next day. You are full of energy, contagious and energetic, because you have taken the ugliest, the hardest to swallow. The frog was eaten. So your whole experience is positive and positive. So, we find out what's moving us forward. To find that factor to face it. And we're going to put that in front of our agenda. In the way of behavior, we will also find, why are we procrastinating? In fact, there is another reason why you might. It's not that you are willing to delay, but you have one to complete with your task. Relevant core skills. You haven't mastered it yet, so put your whole work together. Efficiency is reduced. You look like the author, and he talks about himself. He later wrote more than 40 books, but he just started writing. What about the first book? What is he? He doesn't hit typing. He's looking for it letter by letter. Then enter. He found out that he couldn't. If so, it will be very difficult for him to finish a book. So what does he do? It took him 3 months. Set aside 20 to 35 minutes each day to practice. What to do to practice blind typing? You don't have to look at the keyboard with your eyes. If you look at the screen with your eyes, so what was his final result? He can type 40 to 50 words a minute. Of course, his final result is he has written over 40 books. Of course, he also made a lot of video recording bag. His books have been translated into dozens of languages. So believe, as long as we are willing to learn, all the necessary atmosphere can be learned. We only know the 10,000-hour rule. Then when we know what is our core, skills that need to be mastered, we spend time. Never give up until you reached your goal because you saw it. That's when you need to master. So put it into the improvement of your core skills. Put it in your priority task to finish it. Certainly, we will all say, if this matter, if he were a tadpole, it would be nice if it wasn't a frog. Because in fact, in the process of moving towards our goal, we often find hard to hold on to. It's hard, like, Our author also mentioned it. He has tried. When he succeeds, how did he manage it? What to try? Try to cross over that 900 square kilometer Sahara Desert. Driving, of course. So what's wrong with this place? He has a radius of 900 kilometers. There is no water in this square kilometer, like a yellow one. Big color, big parking lot. What about the end? The French figured out what to do. How to make people see the one who can't see the end at a glance. The great yellow desert. Then I think this really can't go out. This Sahara, what did they do? It's what people can see. 5 kilometers away. What will he come to without 5 kilometers? Here's a black 55-gallon. Probably 300. 3 liters more than that's one about family. 3 liters of Doha. So if so, that's 1 black barrel every 5 kilometers. Black bucket. What are you doing? Every time you. When it comes to this black barrel, where you're headed next. It's 5 kilometers away, as far as your eyes can see. The next black bucket. At this moment, you should head in that direction, so you will find. No matter how difficult it is for you, as long as your steps are clear, you have road signs. You can always take one step and then the next. So we can try to look at it. We have something that has been delayed for a long time. We'll practice that. Let yourself set the stage and start taking action. Another very important thing is when we break down. We are a difficult but important. What do we use? How to work with sausages or cheese works the same way. The usual big sausage. You are eating it bite by bite. I can't seem to stop. You ate a lot without realizing it. A sausage. Winnie, so how did you do it? You eat it bite by bite. You know, like this guy, Allison Sweetmadden. Sir, what did he say? He said that habits begin to form. Like an invisible thread. But every time we repeat such a habit, used to, this line will become. Be thicker. He will become a thick male god. Put our thoughts and actions. It's fastened to it. So repeat and repeat. Divide the hard things into pieces. No matter what we do, when you find that you have no way to start, when you look forward to life, you will arrive step by step. So act now. Don't procrastinate. Well, we end up with very few ways of doing things. There's only 3 of them. Learn to say no. In fact, everyone has procrastination. It's just that we have to learn to procrastinate creatively. What is creative procrastination? That is, we choose those that are relevant to our goals. Relatively speaking, low-value tasks. Let's delay him. Or what we call delayed gratification. Let's do it. Delete it. Cancel and wait for the job. Or authorized work. Then say no to him. Spend your time doing what you need to do. There is a very useful way. Do you want to say no to him? That is, if you are doing something you didn't start. To adopt the method we have before, ask yourself, what is the most valuable job at the moment? If you have doubts, ask yourself, if I haven't started this yet, and I already know to get it done, what is the result of my rejection? So what if I still come and start chasing this show? And if the answer is no, immediately, creative procrastination. Or you can do it this time of year. Come and follow the drama. Cancel it. So learn to say no. Of course, you are to a lot of people. Probably saying no to. Why? Because you're going to deal with it. Do creative procrastination. All right, we finally get to the technical part. Technology is a good thing. He made us very comfortable, easy to link to a lot of people. But technology is also a double-edged sword. He can be a terrifying controller. He's not what it is at the end. We become addicted. Our addiction is that I get my phone. I probably check my phone several times a day. And you're always worried about missing something. Then this addiction. We will be grouped by WeChat. It will be emailed, will be called, especially our WeChat, or a small video wrapping shoes. It's hard to have your own time at this time. So let's have a time for us to be alone and to think more clearly. Let's think clearly. Let's think clearly. Your efficiency is still very high. We won't miss the big deal. Big things will definitely let us know. There are many ways. But it wasn't easy, was it? So how? Give yourself time to think alone every day. You can also have one day a week. You can, to think away from our phones. Let's increase our mental energy. We will have a more efficient departure. Okay, but what about technology? He is not a very good host. We don't want to be controlled by him. However, technology is also a servant. Technology is a tool, but there are many ways. Let's make use of the convenience brought by good technology. Like reminding us, let's divide some things into different tasks, but we want our social media. It's more about letting them see the dreams and goals we shout out. For example, your goal for this year, 1/10 goal. Or your 10/10 goal. Let them see our goal. Then go to social media like this. To inspire us, to supervise push us to keep achieve our goals. So, the author gives us a suggestion. What is it? He said we can make up our minds and study. To install a software. Or press. Let him help us be more efficient and focused. The final goal is so that we can spend our time. Give us back our lives and give it to ourselves to realize our dreams. Conclusion. That is, to dream, to dare to write your dreams. To distinguish you every day. See what you need to eat from the plan. What was the first frog? Since then, live your life to the fullest. We go to witness. Own dreams come true. So that's about it. Thank you for watching. Okay, I hand over the time to our teacher, Yubo. I am also very happy. Take this opportunity to spend time with everyone. The first day of the new year. Wish you all a new year.